Yo, 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 welcome to another JefeCast. What it do? Give me 1 second. I just saw a message pop up on here. 1 second. Hopefully everybody's week's been good. Let's see what they said. No, don't do that. Just the thing that I do my podcast on, talking about this won't be recorded if I don't erase something. And I need it to be recorded so it can go into my audio stream. Cool. So yeah, what's going on? Sorry about that. Like my girl, she dope, ain't she? She got an eye on you. Yeah, watching you when I can't. Uh, got a few things to run through. But I most of all have been pleasantly excited to be working for my new it's a 3-man coaching staff I brought in to help assist these kids get to the next level. And we had our first official practice last night, and it was really good. It was really good. I tried to upload the video, but I would have to record. I would have to cut it and put it up. But I just shot them running for a little second, and the kids play fast. They're eager to learn. They're unselfish. They're tough. They have a chip on their shoulder. They don't get pushed around. They look for the challenge. And they all bring something different to the table. Cass, leader, point guard, good handles, lessons, wants to be great. He can penetrate. He's good with decision making with the ball, unselfish, sometimes to a fault, but that'll come. That's point guard. You got Acom, another leader, point guard, shooter, can handle the ball, can get to the paint. Another one I've been telling to get that floater in there. Nintendo is younger brother, Acom's younger brother. Next in line leader, shooter, confident, a dog, smaller but a dog. Isaiah, big for his size. Doesn't mean he'll always be that big, but when you're that big, I'm telling him dominate. I'm not saying don't work on your shot. We will work on the shot, but when you got somebody small on you, I want your back to the bucket, and I want you putting them in the paint, dominate them, destroy them. They're smaller. We're 13 years old. You that big, slap them, knock them out. Jaquan, long, hustles, block shots. And not everybody needs to just be able to be a scorer. He can score though. He can shoot it when open. But what he's needed for, what I was looking for, he's hustling, he's playing defense. Jeremiah, left hand, stronger than he looks. Moving the kids when he's going to the bucket, they moving backwards. Tricky with that left hand. Got a little quirk in his shot, but we'll get that. But good hustle defense. Xavier hustles, can shoot. Just a willingness to listen. And KJ, long, tall, can play defense. In terms of his age, could probably guard all 5 positions. Can shoot. Fiery. One practice a while ago, he was pissed. They wasn't having a good practice. He was hot. This is what you're gonna do with that. You're gonna complain. What you're gonna do? How you gonna turn this around? You got to turn that anger into a positive on the court because it could take you out the game completely. And Raymond, this boy Raymond, guys. This kid Raymond. Now I love my Cavs. I love Acom, Nintendo, all the names I just went through. But that boy Raymond, he got this. He's left-handed. He's cut. Great shape. Handles, aggressive, attacks the rim. Got a touch on the shot. The boy's bad. Tell you, this team is going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. And I'm just so grateful and happy to be able to pass some knowledge over to him. We had a great scrimmage yesterday. I ran against them before they even got there. I ran in the gym, had to cook some people up. It is what it is. Y'all know when y'all see me step on the court. Stop playing. When y'all see me step on the court, you know what time it is. Whether if it's an off game or not, you better pray for an off game. Because when I'm on, it's over. And I was on yesterday. I picked a girl on purpose, 3-on-3s. Dude telling me, y'all miss again, game over. Right? Since when? What are you talking about? They beat him. Last game, the girl had to leave. They subbing some dude off the bench. He comes in just heaving up shots. He about to lose us the game. So it's game point 12-12 going, 1-2. I come, hey, give me the ball. My man who's been running together, he doesn't pass me the ball. He gives it to this guy. Why? Dude heaves up this 3. I already know it's about to brick everything. So I've chased. I'm going for the ball, and I jumped over cuz who was waiting for the ball, grabbed the ball like out at the 3-point line, like tipped it out there, turned around in the corner 3 to finish the game, not to win by 1. No, win by 2. As I'm shooting, said, "Don't you ever disrespect me." Cash, game over. Just letting you know, it's there. And the more I'm with these kids and the more I run, the win gets better. We ran hard, we ran good, and I felt good. And I feel good today. So just know I'm coming to a court near you soon. It's gonna be a problem. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. I'm almost back. Now, it was there was a situation this weekend working. Very teachable moments. And if it wasn't for this book here, maybe I wouldn't have thought of it the same. But I guess this is why they always say you can't do certain business with friends. Whether that's true or not, it is what it is. So, this past weekend, had a little moving job, and it was supposed to be me and another guy. And it was his birthday. I ain't gonna put his name out there because he's my homie and he on my page. But it was real. I took him out for his birthday Friday. Took him out for some beers, some burgers. We worked that day, tried to look out for him. Plus, it was his birthday weekend. I said, "Are you going to at least you gonna be ready for tomorrow, right?" Yeah. Okay. Of course, tomorrow comes. He doesn't answer the phone. Call him 10 times, no answer, no answer. Feeling like an asshole now, like damn, I just took this mother sucker out and he can't even get up for work the next morning. So I called another worker of mine. This is my longest tenured friend ever in the history of the world. He's known him since we was 4 years old. Can you work? Yeah. All right. I come out there and grab him. I go all the way from, let's say, Landover, all the way out to Owens Mills. When he starts patting his pockets, 3 minutes before we about to pull up. I said, bro, don't pat your pockets like that. That means you lost something, you left something. He left his ID, so now we can't get the truck. Now I got to tell the lady what's going on. Now I got to call the other worker to come. And when he finally get there, I go over to the lady to just get there, see the unit, talk to her, let her know what's going on. We were 4 minutes around the corner. The lady been waiting 2 hours. For me, I'm pressing now because this is a bad look on me. It makes us look unprepared. I don't like looking like that. When at least for me, when I give a word for something, I try to keep it. If I say we're gonna start at 8:30, I want to start at 8:30. It's 10:30 and my guys dragging their feet. I have an issue. So it was 3-4 minutes around the corner. It took them forever to get there, which was ridiculous. And then she had left for a second. She finally came back. They had just been there for like 5 to 10 minutes. And so I seen her look in the truck. I know she probably noticed like there ain't nothing in the truck. So the guys are working, everything's looking good at first. They bringing down a bunch of stuff. And it's 2 guys working. She ain't paid for 3, but I started helping her. I started like organizing the truck for them. At the tail end of the load, my boy, we're the time is getting away. My boy, they're in this elevator that he comes down with basically like one item of stuff. I'm like, that's it? No, it's a couple of more things upstairs. So then why did you just bring down, one item? Well, because the other dude in the bathroom, bro, you can bring the stuff to the elevator and then bring what you need to load it. And then when you got everything, you load it all at one time. I'm like, we're on this lady's clock, man. We're on her time. She's been waiting all day. Like, we got to get this. We got to get over there. So we have a back and forth. Who cares what the back and forth is about? We have a back and forth. And it ended with me and him like having a wrestling match. Like, I ain't get crazy. Just quick tussle up, me and him. You know what I'm saying? It's my best friend for 27 years. So, of course, no punch. But it was like man, it's been a frustrating, me and him had some frustrating days at times with just but we finished the job, everything was cool. I went and read, I was just reading. And when I read this section in the book, it just made me realize how things could have been done a different way. So I just look myself in the mirror, reflection, just need to be, when something's being taken care of, because the woman understood everything, just relax, just let it go. You don't have to, You don't have to be so eager with it. My man we talked about it afterwards, like the next day or whatever. We laughed about certain stuff, but he was just like, I feel like when you give somebody your word, you just want to stick to it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I didn't have to poke the bear or whatever, but that's friends, as brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know each other for so long. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes you're gonna wrestle each other. I'm not gonna punch you though. That's just. But that was another learning experience. Like just being cool. Don't get flustered when things is breaking down. I need to be the stone that's still. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I had to reflect on and just give myself some critique. Um, I want to do a panel. I want to get some women. I want to get some men, and I want to talk about should women share men. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a topic that somebody had brought up with me one day. I can't remember. It was one of my homeboys with a home girl, but I think that would be a great topic. So if anybody who's interested, please reach out. I want to definitely, most certainly do that panel because I want to know what people think. Of course, there's gonna be some people like hell no, and it's gonna be surprising. Some people be like, actually, yeah. So I'm just curious to see what people stand because there is a lot more women than there are men. And then, you know, it's just different times. A lot of people in polygamy and 3, 4, different relationships or whatever the case is. So I don't know. I just think it'll be a good discussion and see what people think. See what people coming from. I think that would be hilarious, quite frankly. So if you're interested, women, if you're interested, please reach out. I want to have a discussion. Should women share men? I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's a topic that was brought up to me, and I think that it'll be fun to see where people stand. So now let's get to the playoffs. I feel like we're kind of watching the torch being passed as far as the best players in the NBA. KD and them got bounced last year. LeBron bounced in the first year. First round. LeBron doesn't make it this year. KD gets swept. I think we're seeing a shift in the guard where it's going to be a Giannis, where it's going to be Ja, where it's going to be Doncic, Embiid. Toronto's impressive. When I look at that team, I'm just like, no name stands out to me. It's like, okay. Like yeah. There isn't any team I've seen like that. I mean, that team, anybody on their roster, okay, Van Vliet, Anunoby, Siakam, and yet, they be running. So I'm impressed with them. But Miami, Jimmy Buckets, he comes alive in the playoffs. I mean, you say what you want about him, but as far as playoff basketball, he's not playing too many games with anybody on there. So I think we are seeing the passing of the guard. These young guys, man, they hungry. And LeBron and them had their time. Now it's their time. Again, I just have this respect for Giannis. because I remember the first time I just remember seeing his name on the game. I was just like, it was like 2K, whatever he first came out. Couldn't even pronounce it. I was like, who is that? He was like a 65. He wasn't even good. I'm like, and now look at him. 97 overall or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm impressed with him improving, which segues me into somebody like Ben Simmons. I'm not knocking mental health. I wouldn't dare. But what I am knocking is the excuses that's continuously coming out of the Ben Simmons camp. One, first is his back's tight. He has to get the epidural. He had to get an epidural, and then it's the whole he's trying to get back in shape and get his back in order, and then he's close to game time decision. No, then he wanted to duck the whole Philly situation. Like he didn't want to play against them. Back tightness, yeah, okay. Then working it out. So what you been doing this whole year? Like you've been sitting around chilling. So now you got your back tightness, and now and then he was almost ready, and now it's mental health, and it's just like, dude, just come play basketball. Like you're getting paid 30-40 million dollars. Go play basketball, yo. Because somebody gave you a critique, that happens when you're a professional. Every professional is critiqued. Like if you are a superstar, you're critiqued even harder because they're expecting you to be uh here when you're playing. When you're here, dude, all the potential in the world, great basketball player. At least has the potential to be a great basketball player, but he doesn't have confidence in certain areas. And it's like, dude, you got everything. I don't know what else you need to see, but you got everything. If you're not, you got to expand. Like, you just got to get the confidence and shoot the shot. Like, if you miss, you miss. It is what it is. If you airball, you airball. I watch Giannis run, shoot, come right down, shoot, brick, not even bricks, airball. Like, he don't care. Man can come right back down and shoot another one, make it. Come right back down, dunk the ball. Come right back down and shoot a fadeaway. Like, so this is somebody who was critiqued and is still critiqued to this day, but makes no excuses. Like he comes to ball, he comes to play, end the story. Nobody's gonna sit here and complain and cry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I see Ben Simmons continuously making all these excuses for why he can't play the game, it's like, come on, dude. It's like, come on, So as far as the playoffs is concerned, let me see what's the let's see what's it talking about. Miami and the Hawks playing right now. And Jimmy Butler, he out of the game, Jimmy Butler. So let me see something. So I mean, the Grizzlies playing too. So I mean, depending on if Devin Booker come back, I'm not even sure, man. The Suns are nice. Could you imagine if the Pelicans had Zion right now? It's looking really open on both sides because James Harden isn't looking like Harden is looking like how Harden has been looking, which isn't nothing spectacular. So for that reason alone, whatever with that, we don't know with Philly. The Timberwolves and Grizzlies is good because Cat finally trying to be a dog. Great body size. Like, yo, if I was that big, I'm dogging you in the paint. I'm sorry. We're not even about to sit here and play that game. Every time I get the ball, I'm beating you up. You can be tired of feeling all my weight hit you right in the center of your chest, beating you in the paint every time, yeah. Like, that's just me. Uh, That's just me. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this playoff stuff, but it's been really interesting. You know, very, very interesting. Apparently, AB Antonio Brown had did like a let me see, not an interview, a performance of some new music that didn't go the way he would want. So it says it's by BroBible.com. Cringeworthy video of Antonio Brown awkwardly performing his new rap songs for an unexcited crowd goes viral. I meant to, record it. Record a video, but it said last week Brown released his new album Paradigm, which features verses from several established rap stars like Young Thug, Fivio, Foreign, The Baby, and French Montana. Paradigm to me means your total perspective, how you view the world, the lens through which you see everything. So a paradigm shift means a massive shift in how one sees everything. That's what this album is about. Uh, so let's see. It says, let's see. Oh no! Why are you dancing over there? The crowd is not feeling it. What is he doing? Hey, the crowd is not feeling it. Is the baby there? I don't think the baby there. I wish y'all would have saw the dance he was doing at first. Hold on, yeah. Let me let y'all see the beginning. Look at the crowd not moving. I'm not trying to be a hater of Antonio Brown, but it's like, bro, you think people really gonna like get with you after all the stuff you've done out here? People don't. It's recent, and you've done a lot of stuff to people who like, So, I'm not knocking him for doing his music career. Just realistically, you chained up with Kanye. I don't care if you got Jay-Z on the track. It's not going nowhere, bro. Like you kind of did this to yourself. I just thought that was something that was kind of funny, like seeing him on the joint doing a little concert. I guess it pays off to know people, right? But yeah, it's AB. So AB still making his rounds. That man can't stay out the news. Can't help himself. Can't help himself, man. I watched this movie called Doctor Sleep. It was an interesting movie. I can't say that I did not like it. I thought it was pretty decent for what it was. I'm going to try to explain it to you, but I watched it over a course of 4 days because I got things to do. And these 2 hour and 30-minute movies be just too long sometimes. So basically it's about a little boy who has what's called the light. And it's these beings or people or creatures or entities that want to steal his light from him. And it's this thing where it's like magic and it's mental, and you could talk, he could talk, they can communicate through the mind. It's a lot of stuff. But he, as a kid, he was always scared of these monsters and stuff that he would see that nobody else would. And then he had like an imaginary friend or this guy. I don't know. This is some guy who would help him, who was in his mind, and told him to create these boxes. So he would lock them in these boxes, all the creatures that he had to deal with all these years. He locked them in these boxes. So then it goes forward, because he had like some abusive father or something. Him and his mom was together or whatever. She died when he was 20. Skips further, he was an alcoholic. It's these, it's like a group of people led by this woman who like steals the light from people. They eat it. It's like this like seem like a gas, like a spirit releasing, but they all eat it. They be eating it and all that, and whatever that does to them, whether it helps them stay alive for as long as they are, like because they live for hundreds of years. They recruit people who have this power to like put people to sleep or do different things like that. And it's a little trippy movie where it's all going into the mind and then reality, and then uh, it's a little girl who she's like the one basically, like she's the one that's gonna put an end to this, and it's a really interesting movie. Uh, he ended up when he had finally like moved to a new split place. That the main character he had met a guy, and the guy took him under his wing, and uh, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but I'll come back to it. But it's a pretty good movie. It's just stuff that happened. I was like, damn man, like I hate when certain people die. You're like, man, it's a good guy. I already knew as soon as they tagged up together, I was like, he's going to die. He's definitely going to be a scapegoat for this. But good movie in a sense for what it was. I still don't know what the people were and what the spirits and the glow eyes, and I don't know what none of it really meant. But for what I saw, it was entertaining. And I don't know what it was about that main character lady, the bad lady. That look worked on her for me. I don't know. It was like trailer park hippie. It just was kind of sexy on her. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it ain't you. We'll see. Or maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. Not going to dwell on it. Just wanted to announce because y'all seen it. Elon Musk buys Twitter for 44 billion, 44, 45. Must be nice to just have 45 billion to kick around. I'm like, damn, you know, I ain't mad at him, but I don't really use Twitter. Twitter is like Pornhub. Every time I get on there, there's somebody on there shaking their buns and showing their OnlyFans clips and sucking some wood, or playing with some vibrator, or oiled up their butt cheeks, and I just can't take it. I can't. Instagram's already ridiculous enough. You get on there and it's the same thing, but just not as explicit. Then you get on Twitter and it's just like, oh, okay, so you just don't care. So I don't know what Elon Musk is going to do. Maybe he'll clean it up or so, but I'm not that big into all these social media. It is what it is. I use it for what is needed. Uh, Here and there, you'll see me put some new stuff up, but for the most part, I got a life to live, and I'm not living it on the computer. Catch you in person. That's me. Moving forward. Let's see. It said Kentucky passed an abortion bill. My question is, and I'm going to get to the abortion bill because I haven't read it on it yet. But should men lawmakers have a say in abortions? I think no. To be honest, I think that should be a council of women. Why are old men sitting there, or young men period, speaking on what women should do with their bodies? I think that's something that a women council or a group of women, lawmakers, they should be the ones that sit down with these women and have those conversations, because they're the one that childbirth and you know carry babies and go through the same things. I think it's really unfair. Before I even get to read what this was about, where I put it, I think it's really unfair that people that you would have men making those type of decisions for women's bodies when they don't have the knowledge of what it's like to even carry or go through the experience of you know losing a child, or whatever the case is. Do I agree with abortions? No, of course not. I think that unless you've been raped, I think that that's unfair to force somebody to carry a child that they was forcibly basically given. But if you are just out here having sex unprotected and you have a child off of that, and you have an abortion, I think that's careless, and that's very irresponsible, because there's protections that could be had on both sides, whether it's birth control for women, female condoms, which look weird, or men wearing condoms, or getting a vasectomy, or women tubes top, whatever the case is. there's ways to prevent it and or at least lower the chances. So, but at the end of the day, still in our choice. And it should be women that make that that connection and have that type of conversation. I don't believe that men should at all. That shouldn't be. We should stay far away from that if I could be honest. Where did I put? Did I even? I might not even kept it like I wanted to. But I saw it was a bill they passed. It looked like the women were happy, so maybe they had, said that throughout the abortion thing or whatever restrictions or like how in Texas the woman was charged with murder for having an abortion. It's not like maybe something passed where they was like, okay, that's a little bit too much. So, um, but yeah, sorry, I lost that article. My bad. I saw that New Jersey has passed the legal weed and people have been out there in droves. Droves. They have been there ready to go. Like they've been in lines, bringing people all over the place, coming to smoke on some greens. um, so thank you, New Jersey. Congratulations. I need to see what it takes for you to get something legally out there. I hope it's just all you need is the ID, because I'll be out there. Got a cousin out there that plays basketball. I mean, coaches basketball. I might go out there and just check him out. I was coming anyway. I was coming to visit him anyway, but even more so now, I can do what I got to do there without being judged. Well, who knows? Because I'll probably be done smoking by that time. I'm taking a little break. That's the idea. The idea is to take a break. Trying to get to that break is the issue. Um, I saw something. I think I posted. Did I put it up here? After the student used the N-word, video shows newly hired black employee lifting the teenage student in the air by his neck in the school hallway and slamming him on the floor. He was charged. Let's see what he was charged with. That's a little bit much, especially that's a grown man. But again, what are we teaching our children at home if they're just coming to school and think that they can just say different, I mean, any type of expletive or derogatory term towards somebody. So despite parents and teachers' efforts to keep racism out of schools, the number of racial incidents in school countrywide is on the rise in the last couple of months. Recently, we reported an incident when a teenager was caught on camera slapping one of the few black students in the school with a belt in the crowded lunchroom after he was seen throwing cotton balls at him. In this case, is just among the many lately. In another incident that happened recently, newly hired black school monitor was arrested and charged after a cell phone video clearly shows him lifting the student in the air by his neck in the school hallway and then pushing the student to the wall several times. Newly hired aide told the school officials and officers he was attacked. He attacked the student after overhearing the student allegedly using the N-word. According to ABS, the incident happened earlier this month, and the video of the incident went viral in a matter of days. Per the outlet, the school's black monitor was identified as C. Ferguson, and he was arrested and charged with one count of child abuse without great bodily harm for roughing up the student for the incident that happened in the THS in Florida. This crime is considered a felony in the third degree. So it said the video once again sparked a lot of debate, but majority of the parents in the online community agreed the violence perpetrated by the adult was not appropriate, even though the minor called him the N-word. Parents of the teenager whose identity and age were not revealed because he's a minor, later confirmed he have started the process of pressing charges against Ferguson. It's just like, so apparently, so the initial investigation showed what is clearly seen in the video. Ferguson snatched the student by the shirt and neck, lifted him up to the ceiling, leaving red marks over his neck and chest area. Moments later, Ferguson slammed the boy to the floor. Ferguson is then clearly seen going after the student while another female student tries to push Ferguson off of her friend. That's the moment when the teenager is heard yelling to his friends, "I ain't no little N-word." Uh, so yeah, I don't think that he was right to put his hands on the kid, but come on, man. Like I just saw another story. A kid slapped black kid slapped some white student for calling him the N-word. It's just like, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? We are in the house watching Donald Trump videos, like ex-KKK videos. What are you watching? What's going on? But again, as I've told you, there's always something. We never have a time of peace. There's always going to be something. Just know that. Know that this world does not afford peace. Okay? So if you're expecting that at some point, unless you are stupid, rich, and comfortable somewhere, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Just always something. Always. Um, so Moon Knight returns tonight. I can't wait. I probably will randomly wake up in the middle of the night, right like 3, 4 in the morning, and watch the next episode. That is my show. Got to see what happens next, man. Khonshu gone. Excuse me. Khonshu he's not gonna stay gone, obviously. Everybody's trying to make this seem like this stuff is in his mind. I think that would take away from the whole. If all this is if all of this is in his mind, then what's the point of Moon Knight? Like, why are we watching a show about Moon Knight, a guy who can't do anything like in real life? So we'll see. I believe that this is actually happening in some form or fashion. So we'll see. They are going to put a crazy twist on this show. They are. So I'm just curious to see what's going to happen with it. I don't know. I have no clue at this point. They're just switching it all up and acting like he's in a psych ward and all this stuff, or he's in the afterlife, or in a void, or in another whatever. So we'll see. I'm just waiting for it tonight. It's tonight, the episode 4 or 5. 4, 5, 5. Today's episode 5. Excuse me, sorry. There's a job coming through. Yeah. So I saw Johnny Depp was having some court case situation going on. He might be done. So I mean, I haven't read about it or really cared. I saw Kevin Nash was pulled into it off something because of a picture that he took. But I haven't really read into it because, I don't really care that much about celebrity actual lives. They have tremendous lives. Like, I mean, it is what it is. But from what I've seen, the comments from about him have been great. Let's see. Let's see what we can find here. Oh no, you won't. Johnny Depp. They said that Amanda Heard has 2 personality disorders. But that could be because they're all actors and they don't know who they are.
I found this on the web. They said that Amanda Heard is the personality disorder.
Can you get? Sad to see their public situation be dragged all through the whatever. I don't really care that much about it. Anyways, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I mean, that would be fun. I would like to see what Jake Paul really got. That's what I want. I want him to fight somebody legit. That would make, fighting guys who are mixed martial artists who are more wrestlers than fight. I want to see somebody fight box. Box Connor. Where's Connor at? Damn. Where's Connor? Call in a box. But we'll see. I heard something about Chris Pratt being canceled. Oh, something about Chris Pratt. What he did? What did Chris Pratt do? Huh? Tell me. Trying to figure out why they trying to cancel him. They trying to cancel everybody. Let's see. So there's petitions to get him canceled for what? He's arguably one of the biggest names in the MCU, thanks to Star-Lord. Blah blah blah. Oh, so he's come under fire for reportedly being a member of a church that promotes anti-LGBTQ plus views. And he's being called out for his political stances after not being a part of the Democratic gatherings. Okay, I'm not even about to. I'm not even about to report. That's so stupid. You know, that's sad. A man can't have his own personal beliefs. Ooh, which leads to like, are we too sensitive? Jesus Christ. I was going to talk about that today. We are too sensitive as people. It's very annoying. Like, really? Really? The man goes to a church and the preacher or whoever preaches whatever they preach. What's that to do with him? He's not up there preaching it. Not everything that your preacher say you may agree or may not or may agree with. You say anything about all this people that's in Scientology or the Satanists and all the atheists and y'all wow. You don't need to worry about your own freaking days and lives and bills and responsibilities. So try and cancel somebody. How about we go through your Twitter feed and see what the hell you wrote and your IG and Facebook and go back to MySpace and pull up an old Black Planet of yours or something. Y'all are hypocrites, a lot of hypocrites. I just get sick of a bunch of hypocrisy. And that's all I got. I'm about to watch the game. I'm gonna be on my podcast more frequently. I gotta stop. I gotta make more time. My thing is to make more time. About me coaching, working, writing, being dad, it's a bunch of stuff. But y'all be safe. I see y'all. Smoke weed. Peace.